The Adventures of Harvey Wang, Episode 3, Girdershade. At the end of the last episode, Harvey had just made it to safety at the settlement of Girdershade, and now he's looking at a cow's beautiful teats. This is the first time Harvey has seen teats, so he's taking a big, long look. Then he goes to check out this Nuka-Cola sign and heads on inside the building.
Well, hey there, stranger. Sierra Petrovida's the name. Good to see a new face in Girdershade. I take it you're here to check out my Nuka-Cola collection and take the tour.
Harvey feels a strange sensation in his loins when he looks at this person. So he says, yes, of course I want to take your tour.
Well, come on then. Let me show you around. But no free Nuka-Cola until the end of the tour.
She has breasts like Harvey's mother, but she's not all fat and round. Harvey is mystified, and he looks at her beautiful, rumptious little butt.
When Nuka-Cola was invented by John Caleb Braverton in 2044, it quickly became the world's most popular soft drink.
Harvey has no idea what this person just said because he's getting slowly but steadily aroused in her presence. Harvey follows behind and can't take his eyes off that butt.
The Wonder Drink soon drew a dedicated following, which prompted the Nuka-Cola Corporation to release many promotional items like these.
Harvey quickly glances up and down from her eyes to her boobs. She seems to be staring vacantly at something, and he doesn't really understand what. Then he looks back at the butt, watching it move as she walks across the room.
By 2067, a Nuka-Cola machine such as this rare, pristine model could be found on almost every street in America.
Harvey comes to his senses and realizes she's talking about this bottled drink she has in her house. It looks kind of tasty. But he quickly forgets and goes back to looking at that butt.
Even in today's crazy world, Nuka-Cola is still the #1 choice of refreshment among Armageddon survivors. As promised, here's a little pick-me-up. An ice-cold Nuka-Cola. Just look at the frost on the bottle. So cold and delicious. Pardon me. I tend to lose myself when I hold on to a Nuka-Cola. Before I get to the little proposition I have for you, let me tell you a little bit about Nuka-Cola Quantum.
Harvey says, Quantum? What's that?
Well, right before the bombs fell, the good folks at Nuka-Cola developed what they hoped was an improvement on the original formula. Calling it Nuka-Cola Quantum. It was said to have twice the calories, twice the carbohydrates, twice the caffeine, and twice the taste.
Harvey says, that does not sound good to me.
On the contrary, the secret ingredient was an 18th fruit flavor which added just a hint of pomegranate. Top that with a specially engineered isotope to boost the energy output, and you have the perfect refresher for a hot summer day.
Curious, Harvey says, what's your interest in all this?
I love the stuff! I can't get enough of it! I thought I was hooked on regular Nuka-Cola, but the Quantum beats it by a long shot. I've got to have more!
Harvey thinks he's found a way to get close to this girl, so he says, what do you want me to do?
Can you resist the taste that'll blow up in your face, like Ronald always says? He thinks of the best Nuka-Cola jingles. Anyway, for every bottle you bring me, I'll pay you some caps. You know, for expenses. But if you're super cool and find like enough bottles to fill my Nuka-Cola machine, 30 in all, I got a super secret cool prize for you.
Harvey decides he'll do anything to get close to this woman.
Oh, goody! I can taste the Quantum already. Good luck to you, sweetie.
So Harvey asks her where he can find some Quantum to get for her.
In fact, I do. Surprised you, didn't I? Your best bet would be to find the ruins of the D.C. Nuka-Cola bottling facility. Find the shipping manifests inside. With them in hand, you should have a good clue as to where the Quantum was delivered. While you're there, you may even be able to find some bottles of Quantum.
That's all the information Harvey needs. He wants to get right on top of that.
Hurry back. Maybe I'll make some of my legendary Quantum sorbet.
Harvey is very excited to help this woman out because he wants to get some. So after just a little bit of thought, Harvey heads on out the door.
Hey, pal, what were you doing in Sierra's place?
Harvey wonders, who's this guy?
Because I'm making sure that no one messes with her. She's my girl, you know.
Harvey panics and says, she's mine.
I think you better calm down and think long and hard about that. Girdershade is my town. You can't just walk in here and tell me you're taking Sierra. I'm gonna be the first one to tap into her goods, not you.
Unfortunately, Harvey doesn't really know what he's alluding to.
Wow, you are as naive as you look. How do I put it? I'd love to do the horizontal bop with her, you know, plow her bean field. Come on, kid.
Harvey knows nothing about the birds and the bees, so he just doesn't get it.
New to this stuff, huh, kid? Well, let's just say that she has something I want to get a hold of. That's where you enter the picture.
Harvey decides to be a little passive, see where this is going.
I know she's asked you to find her some Nuka-Cola Quantum. Heck, she asks everyone that wanders through here. What I'm proposing is you still look for the drinks, but instead of bringing it to her, you bring it to me. She'll be so impressed that I got all the Nuka-Cola for her, she'll melt in my arms like butter. I pay you the same she was going to pay, and everyone's happy.
Harvey feels a pang of jealousy and wants to do this guy in.
Thought you might. Good. I'll see you soon, then.
Harvey squints his eyes and starts to think, maybe I can just off this asshole and he won't be able to touch my lady, because she's mine. I like it. I want it. I am going to have it. He decides against shooting him in the head outside. Harvey goes inside and pulls out his board with nails in it. He pushes this guy a little bit. His whiskey wears off, starts to feel a little woozy. Then he just decides to go for it. Lines up his shot, hits the guy in the face, misses the crotch, and the guy shoots Harvey in the head with a shotgun, and Harvey is dead. That's death number 6.
What the heck do you want?
Oh, Harvey comes back for another try. This time he's really careful. He jumps on top of the table, and then he jumps on top of the fridge. Aims a nice shot at the guy's forehead, and pops a couple caps, and the guy's head comes clean off. Gorgeous. Harvey felt a strange sensation after taking the man's life needlessly, but he doesn't really care very much. Harvey looks for stuff to take. He finds some cigarettes. His dad used to smoke cigarettes. Harvey always wanted to try. Finds some whiskey. Finds some money. He checks the body of the guy he killed, and he finds an awesome shotgun called the Kneecapper. Oh, he got some food. Food's good. And some more ammo. A Nuka-Cola. Then he decides to try on the dead man's clothes. And Harvey likes it. The dead man's clothes fit him nice. So he heads outside, and he can't quite remember where that girl told him to go. And he's a little embarrassed, so he doesn't want to go back and ask her. Harvey hears the wind whisper, "Head west for the Dunwich Horror House." Thanks to Hybrid and Operative 21. Harvey decides to try a cigarette. This is Harvey's first cigarette. Deaths this episode 1, total deaths 6. Continue the adventure of Harvey Wang in Searching for Dunwich.